Hello! Thank you for joining me today. I am going to be showing you a craft that we have passed out. It is a ladybug kit. So it'll come in a bag. Inside the bag there's a shape of a ladybug body. There are some instructions. And there are lots of little pieces of tissue paper, red and black pieces of tissue paper. And there's a string that we'll put on at the very end to hang it up. And there should be two big eyes that we'll put on the ladybug. So we're going to work on our ladybug craft today. Kind of walk through the steps. I thought we were going to need glue, but we do not need glue for this. This ladybug is foam and it has a sticky piece that can be peeled off. Oh, the tool that you're going to need is a pencil. A pencil. And we'll peel this sticky back off of the ladybug. I don't know if I should, maybe I'll just peel a little bit of it off. And I'll work in sections. And then it says, and the directions, to place the eraser end of a pencil onto the center of a piece of tissue paper. That one's ripped. So I've got my little, I'll start with the red. Put it on the center of the tissue paper. And kind of wrap that tissue paper, just push it down onto the pencil. And then stick it. Got the tissue paper on the end of my pencil, and then I'm just going to stick it onto the sticky, and it's going to make a little scrunched up piece of tissue paper there. So I'll get another one, another red tissue paper square. They are a little bit tricky to grab, aren't they? All these little squares. Stick your eraser into the center of the tissue paper square and smush it down on there. And then I'm going to start with the edge. And then I'll just stick it on there. And it stands up a little bit. Looks cute. Little flowers. It'll take some time. We're just going to do that 100 times. We've got a lot of little squares to put on here. So I'm starting with the edge, sticking all these little red tissue paper squares onto the edge of my piece, but eventually we'll start adding some black tissue paper squares to make our ladybug spots. Does anybody remember ever saying the poem about ladybugs? If you see a little ladybug, would you say a poem? Ladybug, ladybug, fly away home. But it's not a very nice poem, but we used to sing this poem when we were kids. Ladybug, ladybug, fly away home. I don't think I'm going to finish the poem. If you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, that's okay. It's not a very happy little poem. But ladybugs, I always liked ladybugs. They were such cute bugs, and they're good to have in your garden. If you have a ladybug in your garden, they'll eat some of the bugs that are bad for your plants. Here, I just keep making little tissue paper flowers, little tissue paper rosettes. Get some more of these squares. As long as you've got a pencil. The eraser end of the pencil, I think, helps to grab the tissue paper square. I think I have two here stuck together, but they're very hard to separate. All right. Yeah, so that eraser end helps grab it. What would happen if I used just the plain pencil end? works okay too, actually. I thought it wouldn't work as well, but it works. And then I go along the line, stick it on there. It's nice that this is already sticky. We've done some projects like this in the past, and we had to use glue, and it was much messier. Keep sticking them all on there. And separate all. I'm just going to separate a bunch of these red squares. Try to get them ready. Whew. It's okay if they get wrinkled, because we're going to wrinkle them up anyway as we twist them around the pencil. What are some other... Are there any other Ladybug stories or Ladybug songs that anybody knows? Things about ladybugs? Okay, we'll just keep on twisting. Twisting and sticking them on. You'll notice if you've peeled off by the end, there's one little hole punched. So at the very end, we'll hang the black string through there. Sticking them all on here. It reminds me a little bit of a piñata. All the little tissue paper pieces decorating a piñata for a party. I don't know how many people in Michigan would have had a piñata at their birthday party. Probably it's more common now if you have grandchildren that are having a birthday party. They might have one. Okay. Oh, it's looking cute. I like it. I get a little antsy doing the same thing over and over. I want to try some black spots too. I'll kind of start my second row in. This is just going to take some time and patience. Oh, a nice thing to work on. I love it that we don't need glue. It just sticks right on there. Just twist the tissue paper around the end of your pencil and stick it on. And so as I'm sticking them on, I'm sticking them closely to the previous row that I made. So they're all fluffed in there together. I don't know if you can see that. Filling that whole space up. Do you have any other crafts that you have worked on using little tissue paper squares or with tissue paper? Making tissue paper flowers where we folded them and made big colorful flowers. I think we've also made some stained glass windows, or the stained glass craft project. Okay, getting that filled in. Alright, just because I want a little variety, I'm going to put some black ones on and start one of my spots. Here, I'll show you the directions too that I have here. This ladybug, they just put little sections that they made black spots. Oh, and the head of the ladybug is black, so we'll save some of these black squares for the head of the ladybug. Okay, starting my first ladybug spot. I'll put a few around there. 1, 2. Just doing that same thing, sticking the pencil into the middle of the square, and I'm pushing and twisting just to get it smushed on there. And then I just stick it right to the sticky foam. I don't know. Maybe I'll add one more black square. Okay. Yeah, I think that works out. My first ladybug spot, and then I'll keep on adding the red all around it. Maybe I'll try and add, I'm not very good at getting things symmetrical, but I'll try and add another spot across from this one. So I'll have 2 black spots. Maybe next time I'll put some music on and we can sit and listen to the music as we work on our craft. Just like we did when we were in the dining room. Have some music on. Okay, I'm trying to line it up. So I'm looking at it and thinking about, where's my other? I think that's right. Right across. I prefer doing craft kits because I like to make things. I really like doing arts and crafts, but I have a hard time coming up with ideas on my own of things to make. So I love a kit. It's got all the things I need right there. I can have the enjoyment of doing it without all the work of getting all the pieces together and let's see, try to make it look a little bit around my spot. Okay. It's okay if it's not perfect. Sometimes when we're doing a craft, we are so close to it, it's right under our noses, so we notice all the little things that might go wrong. But once you hang it up, nobody else is scrutinizing it that carefully. This is the first craft, I believe the first craft that we're working on together on Channel 2. Channel 2. Okay. So, let us know when we come around to the rooms. Let us know what you think. What you'd like to see. What we could do differently. What you would enjoy. A little assembly line here. Getting all the papers ready and then getting the paper twisted around the pencil and smushed onto the sticky foam. Good fine motor skill workout for your fingers. picking up all these tiny little things. Twisting them on there. Do you prefer working with a craft kit? Or would you prefer to do a craft right from scratch, coming up with the idea and just doing your own thing? I always find it so interesting to see how everybody can be given the exact same thing and to see how many different wonderful variations end up being created. It's okay to follow the rules, and it's okay to do your own thing. Okay, it's getting filled in. I'll put a little bit more here, but I've got my red and then my 2 black spots. And you can pull this paper all the way off, but I thought this way my hand won't get stuck on it, and if I don't finish right now, I can always come back later and work on it, and things won't get stuck to it. Little bits and pieces that I wasn't expecting to be on there. Ooh, sticking to my fingers. Yeah, I think the hardest part about this is separating the tiny squares. Getting filled in. I can pull a little more. Maybe I'll add a ladybug spot. There's a pattern. I could try and follow the pattern. Or I could just put them wherever I want. Let's see. Oh, I think these are going to look so cute. Alright, I'll put some more. Figure out where I want my more spots. I suppose I could have added the first black spots a pinch sooner. There are so many different types of arts and crafts projects that people can work on. Coloring, painting. I don't know what you'd call this, but I like it. I find this is kind of relaxing. And I love that it doesn't have a lot of mess. Some people really enjoy doing those coloring pages. I see so many beautiful pictures hanging up in people's rooms of coloring pages they've worked on. And that, they do an amazing job. That takes a lot of patience, I think. I don't know what would happen if I didn't get them completely separated. I think it would be okay. Yeah. I think I had 2 pieces stuck together, but that seems to be all right. And a little bit more. How's everybody doing on their project? How are you doing on your project? You getting all these little fluffy things stuck on there? I think we can finish it all now or work on it later. I just figured I'd spend some time with you and work on my project. Oops. I dropped a whole entire square onto... Okay. I was able to pull some of it off, but I dropped a whole square on there, so I'll have a little patch that doesn't have any sticky. We'll see. See how it works out. That was another benefit of maybe not pulling the sticky, the paper. A benefit of not pulling the paper all the way off. Keeping some of the paper on there. That way if something falls, it won't get stuck on there when you aren't ready for it. Yeah, this is going to take everybody a different amount of time to work on. So I'm just going to keep on adding these little pieces. I'll show you what I've got so far. You can see my spots. All that red fluff. Just for the sake of figuring out how to do it, I think I am going to pull the rest of this off so that I can work on the head, so that we can see how to attach these eyes. I don't know. I really don't know if we should put the eyes on top of all the fluffy stuff, or put the eyes on first and then keep putting the fluff around them like we've been adding the fluff. Yeah. There's a little bit of paper on the back of the googly eye that also peels off. So the back of the eye will be sticky as well. If you wanted to stick it like on top of the fluff. I think I'm going to just try putting my eyes on directly onto